Cerebellum introduction. Cerebellum start stop signaling, timing and coordination of motor movement. There are five cells in cerebellum: stellate cell, basket cell, granule cell, Purkinje cell, Golgi cell. Five cells: stellate cell, basket cell, granule cell, Purkinje cell, Golgi cell. Stellate cell for basket cell inhibitory, stellate cell inhibitory, granule cell excitatory, Purkinje cell inhibitory, Golgi cell inhibitory. Stellate, basket cell, Purkinje cell, Golgi cell inhibitory, but then granule cell is excitatory. Four nuclei, all cerebellar nuclei are excitatory. All cerebellar nuclei are excitatory. Types of nuclei seen: dentate, emboliform, fastigial, globose. Types of nuclei seen: dentate, emboliform, fastigial, globose. Functions: three parts. Functions: vestibulocerebellum, flacculus plus nodulus, that is flacculo-nodular lobe. Vestibulocerebellum, which is formed of flacculus and nodulus, flacculo-nodular lobe. Spinocerebellum, vermis plus medial part of cerebellar hemisphere called spinocerebellum. Neocerebellum, lateral part of cerebellar hemisphere, new in evolution. Neocerebellum, lateral part of cerebellar hemisphere, new in evolution. So, five cells: stellate, basket, granule, Purkinje, inhibitory. Inhibitory hormone GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, excitatory glutamate, arranged in three layers. External molecular layer, stellate plus basket, Purkinje cell layer, Purkinje cells largest, inner granular layer, granule plus Golgi cells. So, five cells: stellate cell, basket cell, granule cell, Purkinje cell, Golgi cell. Then granule cell is excitatory, stellate, basket, Purkinje, Golgi cells are inhibitory. So, inhibitory GABA. Inhibitory, we use the neurotransmitter GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid. Excitatory glutamate. Arranged in three layers: external molecular layer, stellate plus basket, Purkinje cell layer, Purkinje cells largest, inner granular layer, granule plus Golgi cells. All cerebellar nuclei are excitatory. Types of nuclei seen: dentate, emboliform, fastigial, globase. Functions. Three parts. Functions: vestibulocerebellum, flacculus plus nodulus, flacculonodular lobe; spinocerebellum, vermis plus medial part of cerebellar hemisphere; neocerebellum, lateral part of cerebellar hemisphere, new in evolution. Two sensory sources which serve as input for the cerebellum motor output: inferior olivary nuclei, climbing fibers, olivocerebellar. Inferior olivary nuclei, climbing fiber, olivocerebellar. Spinal cord, massy fibers, spinocerebellar tract, dorsal SCT, enter cerebellum through inferior cerebellar peduncle. Ventral or anterior SCT, anterior spinocerebellar tract, enter cerebellum through superior cerebellar peduncle. Dorsal spinocerebellar tract, enter cerebellum through inferior cerebellar peduncle. Ventral anterior cerebellar spinocerebellar tract, enter cerebellum through superior cerebellar peduncle. Cerebellum, mechanism of action. Start stop signaling. Firing from cerebellum is required to start a movement, to stop a movement. So, mechanism of actioning. So, it start from here: spinal cord to granule, Golgi to granule, Golgi inhibitory, granule excitatory. Spinal cord to granule, spinocerebellar tract, massy or parallel fibers. So, Basket to Purkinje, stellate to Purkinje, stellate and basket are inhibitory, and Purkinje to deep nuclei excitatory, that to start. Inferior ovary nucleus to deep nuclei, that excitatory to start. Feed forward inhibition and feedback inhibition. Massive fiber, parallel fiber that activate granule cell, and granule cell feed forward inhibition. Stellate cell, basket cell, stellate cell, basket cell activate the Purkinje cells, and feedback inhibition, that Golgi cell, granule cell activate the Golgi cell. Start-stop signaling is the basis for three vital functions of cerebellum. Function: spinocerebellum, coordination of motor movement; vestibulocerebellum, maintaining equilibrium and balance; neocerebellum, planning of motor movements. Nuclei: fastigial, globose, and emboliform. No nuclei in cerebellum. Vestibular nucleus in vestibular apparatus. Dentate, lateral most nucleus of cerebellum. Cerebellar lesions: gait abnormality, balance is lost, ataxic, drunken gait, vestibulocerebellum affected. Fast pointing, stop beyond target. Rebound phenomenon, moving back and forth of limb after resistance removed. So nystagmus, pendular knee jerk. Dysdiadonokinesia, alternate supination and pronation is not possible. Intention tremor, during activity, not during rest. Resting tremor, basal ganglia lesion. Gait abnormality, balance is lost, ataxic, drunken gait, vestibulocerebellum affected. Fast pointing, stop beyond target. Rebound phenomenon, moving back and forth of limb after resistance removed. Nystagmus, pendular knee jerk. Dysdiadonokinesia, alternate supination and pronation is not possible. Intention tremor during activity, not during rest. Resting tremor, basal ganglia lesion. Functions of cerebellum. Cerebellum having three functional division. Vestibulocerebellum regulates tone, posture, and equilibrium by receiving impulses from vestibular apparatus. Spinocerebellum regulate tone, posture, and equilibrium by receiving sensory impulses from tactile receptor, proprioceptor, visual receptor, and auditory receptors. Corticocerebellum control ballistic movements. Corticocerebellum control ballistic movement. Ballistic movements are the rapid alternate movement, typing, cycling, dancing. Corticocerebellum plays an important role in pre-planning the ballistic movement during learning process. Cerebellum is like inspector which receive command. Comparator function. On one side, cerebellum receives the information from cerebral cortex regarding the cortical impulses which are sent to the muscle. On the other side, it receives back the feedback information, proprioceptive impulses from muscles regarding their actions under the instruction of cerebral cortex. By receiving the message from both ends, corticocerebellum compares the cortical commands for muscular activity and the actual movements carried out by the muscle. If any correction is to be done, then corticocerebellum sends instruction to the motor cortex. Accordingly, cerebral cortex corrects or modify the signals to muscles so that the movements become accurate, precise, and smooth. Damping action. Damping action refers to prevention of exaggerated muscular activity. This helps in making the voluntary movement smooth and accurate. Servo mechanism. Servo mechanism is the correction of any disturbance or interference while performing skilled work. Once the skilled work are learnt, the sequential movements are executed without any interruption. Timing and programming of the movements. Corticocerebellum plays an important role in timing and programming of the movement, particularly during learning process while using a typewriter.